As you can see, I told you I have my nerd wall up specifically for this episode
Nice.
of all and my
The White
and my
Ranger
little
helmet, the Grogu, and the that's a White Ranger axe with the Thanos
yes.
fist. I'm not sure what the katana is.
What, the one on the wall?
Yeah,
It's the Darksaber.
the dark
I
saber.
have,
Okay.
I have two variants. I have the one on the wall is a Ruby's costume one, and this one is a Walmart. The one on top of my TV.
Oh shit! Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Is a Walmart special, as I call it.
Nice.
But I am saving up for the Black Series Darksaber. So
Sweet, dude. Hell yeah.
Hey, by the way, James, now we can always tell if you're looking at porn.
Oh man, I'm gonna take off my glasses, dude.
Nah, you look good in them. I like them.
Thanks.
Yep. James, you wanted to start this, right? By asking something?
Yeah. So, how do you wipe your ass? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's an after dark question. So the question is, do y'all think that the clones, or that the troopers that are in the white armor, the white Beskar, do you think those are previous clones of Moff Gideon that are not force sensitive?
I thought so at first, because he was trying to make his own army.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I don't know.
What's your take, Marshall?
I don't know. Maybe, but at the same time, I was thinking they might just be like special forces.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Because I mean, if they were remnants of the Empire, then they wouldn't be so damn deadly.
yes.
And they're pretty accurate, so they're not obviously stormtroopers.
Well, their helmets are better than the stormtroopers.
Right. So that's why I'm saying, do y'all think it's possible? Well,
I mean, it could be a possibility.
yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna say no.
okay. I'm gonna say yes, just for giggles and shits.
I know when we were watching it, I thought it was.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, But now, I don't know. Maybe they were just stormtroopers that were in. I want to know who the fuck was making the Beskar ally for him, or the
who was the forger?
Yeah,
and who the hell told him that they were going back to Mandalore?
Obviously, he figured it out, but
How? Somebody said that they're headed back to Mandalore, and they all grouped up.
well, we
and
don't
getting
know
ready to
who
take it
told
back.
him. But the spies episode, which obviously the spy is Elia Kane,
Well, I heard this.
G68. But
If you look up, you know how like it's all biblical and stuff like that,
Mhm.
like the Jewish and something. I don't know. Well, they said like if you look up the biblical word for spies, it's scouts. So like they were scouting Mandalore.
I don't know, maybe. But
That's just what I heard.
But we still don't know
So-
who told Gideon, unless Gideon had, like he said, isolated the way to use the Force, to incorporate the Force abilities. So maybe he had some incorporation on himself, and he could just sense that that's what they were doing.
I don't know. You want to go ahead and start though?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Commander Kelly, the time has come. Execute Order 66.
Those born of Mandalore strayed away from the path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
It's well hidden and unstable. One blast to any part of it will destroy the entire station.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Do you like Star Wars? Because we do too. Welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clinton Ritchie.
I'm James Orr.
I'm Marshall Bartholomew.
Marshall is our guest for this evening. Everybody say hi. Okay.
Hey.
Today we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian, Episode 8, The Return.
Season finale.
Yeah, the final season.
The final season. Bullshit.
The final season. Actually, I heard they're going to make 6 of them.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Like
6
I just got hard. What's up?
They thought that this one might be the end. And that's why it seemed like the end.
Yeah.
And Kathleen Kennedy was fucking around. Now she doesn't have any control over it, and that's I saw this whole thing about how he had almost a completely different story, but it had Cara Dune in it, so they had to erase everything and start from anew.
Damn.
So yeah, so we probably had a better story, y'all. Now I want to ask you a question, James.
Oh boy, let's go. What's up?
Do you think that the armorer is Din's
Trainer? The one that trained him?
like adopted parents? Because you know how
They do seem to have a close relationship throughout the entire series so far.
yeah, and we only know her by the armorer.
Mhm.
Everybody else's last name is at the end, and with Mando, it's the first one.
Right.
And then it's actually his last name, which is weird.
What do you think, Marshall?
I don't really know. She could be, but I'm not 100%, or I don't have 100% conviction that.
So let's hear why you think it might be.
Why Din and the armor might have a relationship, mentorship together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think she's just very knowledgeable about the branchings, the split off from Death Watch and stuff like that. She could have been a Death Watch member, but then again, we don't know a whole lot about her, so it's just all speculation.
We do know that Darth Maul's followers had
The horns,
on
the super commandos. Yes, I remember that episode.
They were Mandalorians, and she's also had his colors. Now, if you look in the waters, I know I've said this before, but in one of the episodes with the armor, when she's at the forge, if you look in the in the waters of the forge, you see this eye that looks like Darth Maul, and it has stuff like markings on his face and stuff like that. It looks like Darth Maul. Now, what if it wasn't Darth Maul, and the reason she has those horns is that she is actually a Zabrak?
Ooh, that's something I never would have thought of, to be honest.
Yeah, I just thought about it because we know Darth Maul's dead.
Mind fuck.
Yeah, because there are some headcanons where she's a former Mandalorian, but that one's a really good one. To be honest, I probably never would have thought, hey, maybe she's a Zabrak.
Well, I just knew about the little eye thing in the water, and I've seen the pictures, and it's just, I know he's dead, so I know there's no way that could have been Maul, and I just thought about it. So.
What if she skinned his face off and put it in her tank? This is the way.
That's a little dark, but with Mandalorians, I'm not gonna be like, okay, that's not what they do. But yeah,
that would be pretty funny.
Right.
Oh man.
All right, so you ready to jump into the story?
Hell yeah. What
All
about you,
right.
Marshall?
I'm ready. Let's go.
This one picks up right where the last one left off. Paz is dead, of course, because he sucks, and the others are on the run. Bo comms to Axe, telling him Moff Gideon is back and has gathered his forces and is using Mandalore as his base. Bo then lets him know that they are sending up fighters to destroy the fleet to evacuate everyone immediately.
Mm-hmm.
She
goes-
says use
Okay.
the capital. She says use the capital ship to use it as a decoy because they can't beat them in the air. That they have to try and beat them on the ground. Go ahead.
He goes, I received orders received. I'm flying up through the clouds now. I will tell them to bring the troops. And then he goes, can you hear me? And obviously she's back on the ground. Like, nope, I can't hear you no more.
I want to.
Yeah, with the
I want to take.
comms, with the sorry,
Yeah.
with
Go
the
ahead.
comms break up through the clouds. It's always
Yeah. Yeah. So apparently it wasn't the Empire trying to block their stuff. It was just the clouds interference. But how the fuck is he flying through that shit?
How's he not ran out of jetpack fuel?
Exactly. I was thinking that exact same thing. Watching it and then rewatching it, I was like, how do you have enough fuel to get all the way up there, escape the gravitational of your planet, but whatever, but you're also flying through a storm cloud, pretty
He's
much.
also only like a couple 100 pounds, so you're not carrying like tons and tons of steel up. You know what I mean?
No, that's true.
But
Yeah,
still,
but-
we know in one of the episodes, I forget which one now, but they run out of fuel after chasing after the dragon. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
We also don't know how long that was.
right. But I mean,
And they were yeah, you're right.
the jetpacks ain't that huge, so I mean, I don't know about their propulsions and what makes them fly, but you would think they would run out eventually, especially during the fight.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they were fighting for a while in the air. They flew all the way to that other base and came all the way back to fight and like fought. I don't know. I'm surprised you didn't see a couple of them like.
It would have been great if they did.
You got to think of it like you got to think Star Wars like any movie with archers. Any movie, have you ever seen an archer run out of arrows at any point?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hawkeye.
Legolas likes to grab his and
Yes.
back out of the people. Yeah.
Well, there is one. I'm a Marvel nerd. Hawkeye's the only archer I've ever seen run out of actual arrows.
Okay. Yeah.
In the Avengers, he reaches for it and he's like, oh, well, damn.
So now Axe got on the ship and he orders, and he does exactly what he's supposed to. He gets everybody off the ship, and we go back over to where Mando is,
Right.
and he is being drugged by two stormtroopers with Beskar armor. I'm gonna say stormtroopers because I don't fucking know. Now I don't know why they put two stormtroopers to take out or to carry Mando away. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. He still has all of his weapons. Well, I don't know. They did say disarm him.
They did.
Yeah, they
And
disarmed him. So
and then he
he's
had
just
his
like,
arms bound.
and
He
his
still
legs.
kicks ass. Yeah, and right before he's about to die, after he kicks one of their asses, the other one pulls up the gun, ready to kill him. But
I
Grogu
got
shows up.
this fight scene if you want it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, damn, where is it? I just had it. It's all jumbled up here. Okay, so here it is. So, Djarin is he's being carried down the hall, and right when you thought he was captured, bam! He pushes off the wall, slamming one guard into the wall, then headbutting him. Then he flips over the other guard, taking his knife and freeing his legs and stabbing him in the process. And then the guard before starts shooting him, and he quickly disarms him, and then the guard hits him with his flamethrower. He takes him down, uses the flamethrower to shoot the other guard with it. The other guard's like, shit, I'm on fire. and then he, I should have put my finger on this. There's a lot of words on this page. Anyways, I can see now, but it's great. Anyways, then John breaks the thrower and knocks him out, or it looks like it knocked him out, right, temporarily. And then one and gets to the other one and breaks his neck. And at that time, that guard takes him and shoots that little zip line thing around his neck. And he had his hands there, but he couldn't get out of it. And then right when you thought he was done for, okay, the guard, the Imperial Guard had him right there with his blaster, and next thing you know, no, 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 no. Baby Grogu shows up to save his ass. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good part too.
It
He
is.
like takes the spray
He
and
starts
he
spraying
starts
him.
spraying his face. He's like, "No, Grogu, it's
I'm
okay."
okay.
I'm fine. He's like, I'm just trying to help you. Just trying to help you.
After Grogu helps out Din, he frees him and tells Grogu that we got to go after Moff Gideon. If we don't go and capture him or put a stop to him, this is never going to end. So, dun, 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 the Mando thing pops up. That was that was the beginning of the show. Oh yeah, and he asks, "Are you with me?" And he goes, "Oh."
He goes,
The
He
babbling,
nods.
the babblingness
Yeah.
of the Grogu.
Now I have an issue, but when you think about the age of their species and the development rate, right? Maybe not. But out of all these seasons, okay, he just now starting to go goo goo gaga. Like just now, the dude's grown. He's like 50 something years old. But then again, if you think about the species and the age of their growing up, maybe he's just now starting to form words
That doesn't make sense
and shit like that.
because
Because Yoda never really learned how to talk, right?
Yoda said that he trained. He was 900 years old when he died, right?
And
He said
still
that he
couldn't talk.
trained. He was training Jedi for 800 years. That means he was 100 years old when he started training people.
When he was a master.
Yes.
Oh no, he's just trained. We don't know exactly what
Well,
happened
look,
at that time.
See,
but
Anakin
he
could
said
have
he was.
waited.
He said he was
another-
training people though, and Grogu's 52. That he's like half that age, 53 maybe. What, you're gonna tell me that he's like 53 years old and Yoda was training people like, I don't know. He still acts like a baby, so that means Yoda was doing it as like a toddler. I don't know. It just sounds weird to me.
Right. But I think he does speak his first word. It's just incoherent in this episode towards the end. But
I think he says this is the way.
But yeah, so that's what my problem is. Like, he just started making all these goo goo gaga sounds, and I'm like, but then again, maybe his species takes a while to learn how to speak. Because Yoda never really formally spoke well, at least
I
not
told you
as
why.
other basic language speakers. Why?
It's because he chews on that stick because he's always in pain. So it relieves, it's like a muscle relaxer. So he's all fucked up all the time. I swear to God, Google it.
Is that it? Is that the
I swear,
excuse?
dude.
I
Yes.
mean, I'm intended to agree with that one. Like, he's probably just like all like high on pain reliever, so he's
Look,
just like,
he's Googling it right now. Look. Look that shit up.
Oh, I'm not Googling it.
Oh, yeah, you're not Googling it. Okay.
I'm
sure.
looking at you guys.
Okay. So, it cuts over to Bo and the crew, and they're running through some tunnels. And then Din comes in and tells them that they are safe, that he's got the kid with them, but they are going after Moff Gideon. Do you have his location? Bo responds with, "No, we are under attack, and I've got to get these troops to safety." Din says, "Understood." Bo says, "I love you." Kiss, kiss. No, I'm kidding. She says, "Stay safe." All right.
she might as well have said that. She might as well have said that under her breath.
She might as well, yeah. I felt it. I felt like if they didn't write in what she actually said, she would have said, "I love you."
Yeah, she probably did say it off camera.
Yeah.
But
Stay safe. I love you. No, I'm kidding. All right. So then that one captain that was on the boat tells him, "Don't worry, guys. I know a good spot to hold up. I'm not a traitor." Because I thought he was going to trade him. Become like a... I thought he was a spy.
Yeah.
There's no way they were living on fucking Mandalore for that long and didn't see one ship come in and out. Whenever Moff Gideon's got a whole base there, like under construction. They said that they were moving around from place to place.
Yeah.
Because they
from
had
the whole
they had,
planet though.
Yeah, but they had catch
catches and foods and
yeah,
stuff everywhere.
everywhere. That means they were traveling. They didn't see one fucking ship.
Maybe they was on the wrong side of the planet.
No,
Yeah.
they just ran into them not too far from when the battle
Dude,
happened.
it's Disney, bro. It's Disney.
I'm just saying, dude. There's no way.
And on top of that, they just got to that side of the planet when the scouts were looking, for the Great Forge. So
Yeah, stormtroopers everywhere.
whatever. So
I'll let you get. Yeah.
yeah, you want me to take it? So
Yeah.
the next scene we get to see the TIE interceptors take off and the bombers. That was fucking cool. Live action TIE interceptors. That's really dope. But and then we see Gideon in his badass suit talking to that guy.
The interceptors, by the way, guys, are the ones with the shields on them, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And the ability to go to light speed
Yes, because they have hyperdrives in them.
or hyperspace, whatever.
Whereas TIE fighters cannot, TIE interceptors can because they're a little bigger and they have a more profile. Whereas the TIE fighter is just a straight up prong with a capsule on the side. The interceptor is more aerodynamic, where it has a hyperdrive.
Okay, so just for everybody's knowledge, Marshall is, and I found this out on my way home today. Marshall is the guru for ships.
Not guru. I'm into the vehicles of Star Wars.
See, that's something I've always wanted to do is get into all the vehicles. So I'm glad that you're here. You're able to educate me a little bit.
I actually have a cross-section Star Wars book on the vehicles. So yes, I'm not a guru. I just love vehicles.
I don't know where it's at right now.
I'm not a guru. I just like to read about these cars.
I'm not a nerd. I
know
just
all
love
about 'em.
Star Wars. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not a nerd. I just really get passionate about Star
Nerd
Wars
stuff.
Yeah, you just have a yeah, I was gonna say fucking the gauntlet or that's Iron Man's, right?
That's
Yes.
the Nano Gauntlet.
Yeah.
I did have the Infinity Gauntlet.
Is that
a while
Thor's
back,
hammer up there or
It is Thor's hammer, but it is from a video game because I'm also a video game nerd as well.
is that a what's it called? Rangers?
Power Ranger helmet, Lord
Yes.
Draken.
Yep. Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. That's pretty
And
cool.
then
And
my-
then all your Star Wars stuff.
Bottom shelf, yes. I have a Lego set Star Wars
I
for
love
the
it.
Delta 7 Obi-Wan figure set.
Where's your
Did I wrote-
lightsaber?
You don't see the dark sabers?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Okay, come on.
Oh yeah, I like it.
dude. You got yours close by, Clint?
Yeah.
See, he's wired up. But I have the cheapo lightsabers that are like $5.
Ooh. Impressive. Impressive.
The force is strong with this one. Sorry. I love Emperor Palpatine. So, aka Darth Sidious.
Yes.
Just love the guy, man. He's fucking badass. Dude.
He does his job well, I will say that. Like he is that character that you're like, I really hate him. He's doing a good job.
You know, he's how Little John came up with that song in the club. From the wall to the window. I'm sorry. I'm
you're
sorry. Oh my god. That's great. Copyright. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, man, so we get to see the tire interceptors. And that was really cool. And then we see Gideon in his badass suit, and he's talking to that, I don't know what that dude is. I guess a guard. And he's like, hey, we detected him in the lower level. What do you want us to do? And he's like, don't do nothing. I'll take him myself. I'm like,
No, well,
"Yeah."
he's also looking at one
map.
of those those maps to try and. I know this also pissed me off. Okay, you got all these people in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, that one spot showed Din and Grogu going through. Nobody else is on there. Huh,
Yeah, it's like
looks like the Mandalorian escaped.
that's like the classic. That's a classic James Bond where it's like, oh, it's like goodbye, Mr. Bond. I'm gonna leave you in this room completely by yourself, and you won't escape. But and then eventually he's like, Bond escaped? Well, no, duh. It's like that's
Yeah, he left him there.
Yeah.
I
What if
just
he?
thought it was weird that nobody else was on the map except for Din and Grogu.
What if he put a tracker on him?
And Grogu?
Why not?
well, one was red. Well, I mean,
Well,
he's
he
got a
coulda
point,
had-
Jay. Like one of the dots is green for Grogu.
Like he could have put a
just saying.
tracker.
Another one was red.
He literally could have put a tracker on him. Remember the tracker in season 1, the fob.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think they put
He
one on.
he could have done
Mando.
that and
Yeah,
left it in
there's-
there and nobody knows.
Yeah,
Yeah, one on
for
Mando though, but how? Like,
I'm
remember
says that-
the
he
blast
says
door
that-
came down,
yeah,
and Grogu was separated from Din.
but he
There's
had him
no
in season
way-
1.
He said that there's, and he said in season 1 he could have put one in him.
Yeah, I'm
But
look,
either way, I
I'm
don't
stretching
think-
my ass off right here to make it
He's
work
making
out.
up.
Okay,
He's making excuses. It does not make sense.
but yeah, so
maybe he's using Wi-Fi. I don't know. I mean, Grogu is in a robot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Right.
he's using Wi-Fi, some kind of Wi-Fi.
ooh, maybe IG-12 is part of the Brotherhood, and maybe that's how he's tracking him. The
He was stripped of parts. Like,
yeah, but he's still essentially itself.
true. Yes, he could be honing in on some kind of electrical circuit.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say that
we're getting off
fucking
topic.
Disney doesn't know what they're doing sometimes.
Yeah.
No,
Well, that
sometimes they
is
don't.
true. That is true. Like the swashing
Well, they had to
bottle.
retcon a bunch of stuff anyways, so yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
Oh, he hasn't seen. Yeah, you just finished Bad Batch, right?
Yes, I did.
Like, did you see the swishing bottle that had no? It was swishing, and he went, and it was empty, and then he swished it again, like what the? What?
Yeah, he went like this, and like held it up, and like it all. it like ran out of water and it was empty, but then he brought it down and it goes swash, swash, swash. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
So, and we see Din Djarin call R5 to help with providing the location of Moff Gideon's command center. And then R5, okay, this is what I'm confused at, right? Din Djarin came down with the gauntlet. With the armor flew down, dropped off Din Djarin, dropped off Paz Vizsla, dropped off the scout party, right? With Bo-Katan. Where did R5 come from? Was R5 on there? And then if he was on there, was he on the ship? Do we remember if he's on that little ground ship? I mean, so where the flip did he come from? Because he wasn't with the party.
I don't think he was, dude.
So he,
No, I don't remember seeing anything about it, but then again, he could be like that. He could have just been hidden somewhere away. I don't.
right.
They rode that ship and then had to run down, and then they had to run down the tunnel to get, and then they
then-
got trapped.
And then that spot where he comes rolling through on the rocks, by the rocks, or he came from the rocks, it looks like the same rocks or the same formation in the episode when they go down to test the oxygen levels, the environment levels.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I mean, to me it did. I mean, hell, it's all green, right? I mean, it could have just been similar looking. I don't know.
I mean, everything on Mandalore looks the same: bombarded, burned, scorched. Who knows?
But he flies down to the base from the surface and secures the map for Din, or for Djarin, apparently. And with Grogu, and they head off on their way to go and search for the command center. Then we switch back to Axel's. He flies up to the command center, to the fleet, through the clouds. He breaks. He's in space. And he says, he calls out to the fleet command and tells them that their scouting party has been ambushed by Imperial remnants and they're launching fighters to destroy the fleet and their commands. And commands the guy in charge to load the gauntlets and send all available troops down as reinforcements and to leave the capital ship behind as a decoy. Bo-Katan needs our help.
I didn't. I put the dude that looks like Finn.
Yeah, yeah. Look, okay. To fill you in, Marshall, and the guests watching us, on our live reaction, me and Clint both had the same idea when he turned around and looks back at Axe, the guy that was supposed to be in charge on the capital ship. He turns around and looks, and we're like, that looks like Finn.
I go. That looks
No,
like.
I was thinking
Never
the
mind.
same thing. When I saw it, I was with some friends when I first saw it, and I rewatched it a few minutes ago. I saw it, and I was like, huh, it looks familiar. And then I'm rewatching it, I'm like, why do I get Finn vibes from this dude? Like,
Dude, he
like, I don't
looks
know.
like Finn.
So we chopped it up. Maybe he's the spy.
No.
No. Stop trying to mess with my mind, Jay. Come on now.
He is the spy. Sorry. So I wrote down here how awesome is the evacuation of the Mandalorians off the capital ship, and they fly off down to the to the gauntlets. Like that was cool, dude.
Oh
that
yeah,
was
definitely.
cool. The gauntlets are flying through space, and they're like, "Fuck this!" and they go after them. I'm like, dude,
I'm
that's
just
so
glad
cool.
that they didn't run into each other.
Yeah, that was my thing.
They're interceptors and the gauntlets.
Yeah, because the gauntlets go into the clouds, and then it's like, so they're following the gauntlets. They hit the cloud, and you're like, what? And then you see the Empire remnants bust up. I'm like,
Yeah, what?
real life combat. They would have clashed with each other. There's no way. They just missed each other.
And if you rewatch it, maybe I might feel froggy and put it in here. But when the gauntlets go down, they go further away from the camera, and then the interceptors come closer to the camera coming through the clouds. And the clouds is going to block any forms of radar, scans, communications. So they're not going to see each other, essentially.
Yeah,
True,
they got down just in the nick of time, too. Like, very convenient.
Yes, they did. And that whole leading up to the everything past that scene is just amazing to me.
Yeah. So Din Djarin makes his way down to gets to the barrier shields and tells R5 to deactivate them one at a time on his command. And then he tells R5, deactivate the first shield. And so I only got part of this as combat because there's a lot of moves, and I'm not about to pause and write down each thing that happens because that's a lot of writing down. So we can go off of memory if you like. But on the first one, he stabs one of the guys with his own knife, and then the other dude's trying to get him, and he's about to blast Din Djarin, and Din Djarin throws a knife, hits him in the throat, and he's like, "Oh!"
And he's still holding out the gun.
Yeah.
And then tries to grab the gun, and he misses. I liked that part.
Yeah, it's good. And then he says, "All right, R5, second barrier now." And then the dudes come out with shock sticks, right? And
shock sticks and riot shields.
Yeah, that shit was cool, dude. I'm like, man.
I like how they get ready. They have the shield up and they hit that stick. And I was like, I looked at it and I looked at my friend and her mom and I was like, Mom, it's about to get real up in here. They got because the one thing is they hit the shields up first and then they hit the shock stick and I was like, Den, grab that shield, rip it off, take that stick and start whacking people. That's all you gotta do.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much what he did, right?
Yeah. So, and then on the third stage, they got shields and blasters, and and you see R5 get bothered with those pesky little droids.
Mouse droids.
Mouse droids. Good job.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have it written down here in the subtitles and my own subtitles. But yeah, I didn't know what they were, and then it started saying beep beep beep, and it said mouse droid in subtitles. I'm like, huh. So I'm like, okay. Instead of pesky little mouse droids, but I called it pesky little robo droids. They're so funny because they had the lights on them spinning like.
Dude, I thought they were gonna go get more people, more.
I thought the same thing. The same thing.
It comes back with fucking 4 more of them, and then 2 of them get knocked off at the end. You see that? You see one of them go like this.
It was my friend's mom and I. We're the biggest Star Wars fans. Her and I clicked. we were looking at it. He's like rolls up with one. He hits R4, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go get more of my little buddies. Okay, all right, guys, let's get him. Little lights that look like police lights. I was like, and
Also, why didn't fucking R5 just open that and then deal with those? Like, if he stopped and zapped that one and didn't sit in there. R5, open the last shield. Fucking R5, just open that and then zap him and run away. But yeah, it was really good. I liked it. It made me laugh.
oh yeah.
So that's all.
Then he's all. Then they're all like running into him. He's just like, just little sit and just fly away.
Yeah, fucking blasted two of them off.
So finally, R5 hits the last shield, and here comes Mandalorian sliding into Gideon's DMs.
Now that was a pretty good one. I like the way the smoke was building, so it was like you don't know what was going on. Like any Star Wars movie where smoke appears, smoke has to be like so thick, it's like I can't see what's going on.
And Gideon opens up his text message, the fucking dick pic. What the fuck is this? I'm just kidding. But no, he slides in there, and then man, that fight scene part was pretty.
Yeah,
badass.
I got down here. Why are hallway scenes so good?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like every hallway scene we have seen in Star Wars, it's like that's right up there. Like, what's your favorite part of that movie? Oh, that hallway scene. What's your favorite part? It's like the hallway scene.
Duel of Fates.
Case in point, Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yep.
With Vader just straight wrecking everybody.
The end of Mandalorian season 2, when Luke shows up.
Yeah, and he's crushing droids just by the Force. Oh,
Yep.
nerdgasm.
The end of Mandalorian season 3.
Yep.
Just so good.
Can't beat hallway scenes.
Maybe Lucas fucked up and should have made Revenge of the Sith instead of on Mustafar and a hallway scene on fire.
I don't know. The best fight ever is that one, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that dude, the intensity of the lightsabers. Oh my god.
The most memorable fight, in my opinion, is the Darth Maul scene.
Right. He's fighting with one saber and then choo 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 choo.
Yeah.
choo.
Oh, at the beginning of Duel of the Fates, yeah.
Yeah. And
That was the first time we'd ever seen a double, because watching original Star Wars, you see one lightsaber, that's it.
Yep.
Darth Maul comes up, he holds it to the side. He's like, what is this? Like, I looked at him, I was like, what is this dude doing? One lightsaber. Why are you holding it sideways? Oh, there's the second blade. Well, y'all have fun with that. Let me know how it goes.
Yep.
And how fun is it that Bane defeats what's his name? The Saber Master or the Swords Master? Kasim, yeah. He defeats him and he has a dual lightsaber. But he don't really defeat him in lightsaber battle.
At the end of that fight, he splits it because Bane was getting the upper hand on him, and he splits it into two, and now he's got two lightsabers.
Oh, I forgot.
And then he's pushing Bane back. Yeah.
Yeah. Bane actually killed him by the Force. He force pushed or whatever, and then the tower, the building came down on him.
Yeah, he jumped back and unleashed some lightning, and he threw up a barrier, and it bounced off and hit the cave, and it caved in on Kasim, and that's how he died.
Yep. Go check our episodes out on Bane, Path to Destruction, Part 1, Book of 3. Oh my God, it's golly good, dude. Just check it out.
All right, so where are we at?
Okay, we just got into the DMs. R5 gets 5 more mouse droids, and then so Jaren finds the cloning station.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Sorry. Anyways,
I put the cloning room.
I put the stasis chamber because they're basically in stasis.
You're both right because it's a.
But I also wrote
stasis pod. It's a liquid stasis pod or a bacta tank if you want to get technical with it.
I also wrote down cloning on top of that, so I was like, yeah, that way I can't be wrong.
Bacta tanks. Cloning bacta tanks.
Yeah, that happens to be full of Moff Gideon's clones. He powers down the tanks and presumably killing them.
Well, let's not forget Grogu was kind of scared because he's like looking at a clone of Gideon,
And he woke
thinking,
up.
"Oh crap, is this guy gonna come back to get me?"
This is something else that bothered me. This is such a important part for Moff Gideon, right?
It is, yes.
Mm.
It is indeed.
Not one guard there. I mean, there were shields at the beginning, but then you don't even have to have no key or a code to fucking blow up the pods.
Let me.
I mean, you do have a point. Like, it's that's basically Moff Gideon's nest egg. If you look
Yeah.
at it, he's like,
There's
"These are my
no-
babies. These are
You
my
gotta have
babies.
it-
These are my kids."
You got to be able to put the key in, twist it, and push this button at the same time, and then
Or
that'll
have
blow
like,
it up. But
yeah,
no,
have
he's
yeah, or have like the dual one that they do for the nuclear launch codes, where you have to stick the key in simultaneously and turn it.
yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
But am I bad? Am I a bad person for wishing that they did come out of there and they did get in their suits and they did have force abilities and they did whip ass? Am I bad? I mean, to me, that would have been like they could have added another 20 minutes into this episode. Okay, because it's only like 38 minutes, 39 minutes long. They could have added another 20 minutes in and had a badass fight. And since they're so new, they would have been like fucking killing each other because they're retarded. Or, sorry.
Yeah, like walking around like.
Well, if you're a gamer like I am and you played the Force Unleashed, where Vader has an apprentice in this series,
Starkiller.
Yes, Galen Merrick, Starkiller, wherever you want to name it. He's had like thousands of clones, and they're all just freaking stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean,
to a certain extent, my bad. To a certain extent.
but I mean, I was like watching it again. The first time, you don't really get that. You don't really get the feeling like, okay, I want to see more of it. But the second time, you're like, dude, we could have seen more of those guys being activated and utilized.
Now imagine if that had happened. Now imagine just one survives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like just one. He's got to fight Grogu with was it Praetorian guards?
Yeah.
Praetorian guards. Now that would have been a very interesting, because you have a clone of Moff Gideon who has no idea how to use his body, and he's just all like, whatever he does, like whatever a newborn clone does.
Yeah, speaking of, who the fuck is going to teach him how to use the Force? You got the Force. They made them with the Force, but they have to be taught.
Well,
can't
not exactly. If you remember Path of Destruction, Bane was in his 20s before he realized that he had Force abilities.
Yeah, he could
that's
see a little bit into the future. Like, knew it was like okay. Other than that, he didn't know shit.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I just wish they would have done a little more. And maybe with that one waking up, with his eyes coming open, maybe he will survive. And maybe he'll be in season 4. And that's why we're going to have so much Luke Skywalker.
There is a theory going around out there that he's not. That was a clone. The one that died was a clone. Because he didn't have a mustache. His mustache was shaved. It's like, come on, guys, really? That's what you're reaching for? Mustache.
I don't know. But that the guy who's fighting Bo-Katan and pretty much the one you see, it looks like that's our Moff Gideon, because no one has that commanding of a presence and is like,
Yeah.
okay.
I feel like that was our Moff Gideon.
Yeah. I'll defend that statement to the end. That was our Moff Gideon. He just probably had to go incognito, shave off his mustache, or his mustache was shaved in a previous episode or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, he just got arrested. He just got freed. Maybe he hasn't had time to grow it back yet. I don't know.
Very true. Very true.
All right, you want to take it off on Bo-Katan and the remaining scout party finding the underground surface cave?
So back to the Mandalorians. The captain takes Bo and the others all the way out to one of their nice little pieces of land where Koska Reeves. Yeah, Koska Reeves asks if this is their home. One of them responds with, No, we have hideouts and food catches throughout the surface of the planet. Bo says you found
Caches.
yeah, catch. That's what I said, right?
Caches?
Catches.
Caches.
Catches.
Caches.
What did I
Caches.
say?
Catches.
Sorry, I'm a military brat by heart. So that's
I don't know what you said.
What did I say?
uh, catches.
Oh, catches. Catch.
It's like a
Caches.
yeah.
Catch.
It's like
It's like cash money, but CH.
Catch.
it
Catches.
is what it is. I'm just. That's just me.
Cashes.
Caches.
Cashes. Okay. Cool.
Fucking English language.
So Bo says you found a garden or underground garden. He responds with no. We planted farms. These are the old species species indigenous to the Mandalore. They have been dormant since before the centuries of our civil war. Think about that.
Yes, a long
That's
time.
a long time.
That's a-
Dude,
that's
they've
a
been
long
fighting for
time.
1,000
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Mandalore has been civil war for
1,000 years.
years.
Once the planet was abandoned, they started sprouting out in a few spots all over the planet, pretty much. And we cultivated farms.
Yes.
Life persists, is what he says.
Yeah.
Bo says, I've only seen gardens in the dome cities. I've never knew the surface could still sustain plant life. That's the whole planet's been covered in dirt, sand, and Anakin hates sand.
It's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere.
Oh, I love you.
Well, so I was scrolling through Facebook. Sorry, interrupting. Well,
No,
I'll
you're good.
get back on track later. It was how boys flirt, and it shows the exact same scene from Attack of the Clones, where he's like I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere, and it's irritating. And a place like this is all rough, smooth, kind of like flirt with Padme. And then you have men flirt, where it goes to Din Djarin, to the previous episode with Din and Bo-Katan. He's like, your song hasn't been written yet. I will be with you till it is. That's how men flirt. So I was like,
little boys
Save?
talk about sand. How much it makes
yes.
them mad.
Grown man talks about songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
So he responds with he's responding with all they need is room to grow.
Yeah.
Then the Mandalorian's fleet arrives, and now they are ready to take back their planet.
Psst, hey. So the armor calls in, Lady Kreese, your reinforcements have arrived. Then
Lady
they're battle.
Kreese.
Oh, that makes me hot. And then they're battle ensues.
The best battle by far, I might add.
Badass fight,
Okay.
fly fight scene. Armorer uses her tools.
In flight.
Dude, that's yes.
In flight.
So for me, I'm a big historian. I saw that, and the first song that popped into my head was the Flight of the Valkyries. Dun, da, 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 da.
Okay.
As Bo-Katan's coming in, she ignites the dark saber. I was like,
Yeah, it's
that
so cool.
is
I just love how like the armor uses her tools like a blacksmith would.
yes.
I love it.
It's pretty damn awesome.
Every time the armor has used her hammer and tongs, I was like, the moment she pulls those out, I'm like, someone is about to get fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Because that is just.
I don't know about y'all, but when I see her use her tools in combat, I'm like, I just love this fucking show that much more. Like, to give her a blaster or any other weapon would be like a disgrace.
Dude, it was weird seeing her with a freaking jetpack.
I know.
No! You never see her with one. She's always like running everywhere or walking everywhere.
Or flying.
Yeah.
But that's before before we figured out she had a jetpack. But like you see it on her, you're like, is that a jetpack? Oh crap, that's a jetpack. When are we gonna see you use the jetpack? And then she uses it, and you're like, can the armor get any more badass than she is?
Well, okay, so this is the part I was talking about. Why the hell they didn't lose anybody due to emptying out their tanks? Like, It would have been really cool. What I'm saying is, it would have been really cool to see them, a couple of them drop. Preferably the bad guys, because they've already flew. If you think about it, they already flew in, right? And when they found the Great Force, they already flew in. They're like, that's not Mandalorians. And then Kreese puts on their helmet. And then you see them flying away from them. And then they there again. And now they're flying in battle. So nobody lost anybody due to empty tanks. So that's the only problem I had with the fight scene. Other than that, I think it was probably one of the best scenes that have fighting in it. That don't have bullets.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
Because they're
I loved it.
blasters. They're lasers. Pew, pew.
Well, you have so in Star Wars universe you have slug throwers and you have blasters. So you do have a metal projectiles, but they're very rarely used.
Yeah. So, ready for the next scene, I guess. So here we go. Din Djarin makes it to the command center. Bum, bum, bum.
Yep.
And shit hits the fan. So let's get into it. So Moff Gideon says, my clones were finally going to be perfect. The best parts of me. But improved by adding the one thing I never had. The Force. I was isolating the potential to wield the Force and incorporating it into an unstoppable army. Now let me stop right there. It's not done. I guess I continue. And you smothered them before they could draw their first breath. Okay? He says, I was isolating the potential to wield the Force and incorporating it into an unstoppable army. I was isolating the potential, he didn't have it yet, to wield the Force. And he was already incorporating it into his clones. My God, that is fucking awesome. I'm just saying.
So do you think that was the clone Gideon?
I don't know. Look, if it was me, would you be fighting your own battles? Fuck no. I'd have my clone out there running my show just like me. And doing badass shit just like me. Except I'm going to be over there behind a fucking 40-foot concrete wall that no Mandalorian can cut through. I'm just saying.
True.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but still.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm texting my wife. So the battle ensues, and after they fight for a short bit, 3 Praetorian guards come out and start hurting Din Djarin. When I say hurting, they're whipping his ass. Like
Din was already getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, he's trying his best, but
he ain't
nah.
Yep. Yeah, see, I got this down right here. It says Din was getting his ass kicked by Gideon. Then the Praetorian guards shook him, and then Grogu. Then Grogu tries to help him. Then he has to run away. He don't try to help him.
He says no.
Yeah, no.
Oh, and then the Praetorians.
I thought he grabbed one.
No, he came through the doorway and he's like, no.
Okay, so
no. And then they're like, this motherfucker think he gonna run us? I don't fucking think so.
Then they stop beating up Din and they turn to go after him. And Din tries to catch him, but Gideon was able to stop him.
With a rocket in the back.
Yep.
Rocket in the back and then a whip around the neck.
Exactly. Then you see Bo-Katan flying around and she's kicking some ass. She's fucking kicking all the ass. I loved it. Then she sees Gideon down there. So, before all that, it cuts back over to Grogu, and one of the Praetorian guards slices at him, and that stupid IG-12 doesn't really know how to move, so it's like and falls over. But Grogu takes the high ground.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
And then it cuts back over to Bo. She's flying around, and she looks down. She finds out that Gideon and Din are fighting, and Din's getting his ass kicked. So she goes down to help him, and she goes, Go after your son. I don't know how I know this, but go after him. I don't know. He was supposed to be hiding.
Well, she said,
I didn't see him go in there.
she,
Go after your son. I'll handle this.
yeah, go after your kid.
Yeah. How does she know that Grogu's in trouble?
Yeah, Bo drops in and tells Din Djarin. She looks down and sees him on that platform.
Right. She sees Din fighting Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon. Sorry. How did she know
That Grogu's in trouble.
that? Yeah.
Well, because Grogu would be force choking the shit out of Moff Gideon if he was there,
No.
and he'd be like, "Fuck you."
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I mean,
He definitely force choked Cara Dune, and I
Right.
forgot all about that.
Bo-Katan doesn't know that shit.
Yeah, that's probably true. But anyways, she drops in and says, tells Din Djarin to go save his kid. I can handle this, which is funny because she actually beats the shit out of. She don't beat the shit out of him, but she definitely takes him on take a run for his money against Gideon, which I was really impressed with because I mean I know she can kick ass, but those dudes are normal dudes, okay, in Beskar armor. This guy's in a suit powered by electronics and is covered in Beskar. Like, dude, okay, like for the fact, Din Djarin runs directly into him with a jetpack. And he's like 90, he's just being scooped back and he turns and throws him against the freaking pallet or the box.
yeah.
Okay, come on. Like,
Well, you also have to think of Gideon's combat strategical mind.
yeah.
Gideon has since Moff Gideon has shown up in Mandalorian from season 1, he has used this more than he has used any else part of his body. He's a strategic thinker and
commander.
a strategic fighter.
Right. And Bo-Katan is a fighter herself. Then Djarin's just a bounty hunter.
Yeah, you have Gideon, who is
But
the
he's also
strategic
badass.
fighter. Yes, you have Bo-Katan, who fights as a Mandalorian does, but then you have Din, who's just like a brawler. Fights with what he has, fights with what he can use.
That's right. So, do you want to take it from there, Clint?
Yeah. Bo-Katan comes up. She fights off what's his face for a minute.
Gideon.
Because it goes back over to Mando and he's fighting the Praetorian guards, and he's going to get his fucking ass killed because they're Praetorian guards. And but Grogu's there.
Yes,
He's able to use the Force against them. Saves Din a couple times. Din gets the upper hand on one of them, then 2, then finally 3. And they're off to save Bo-Katan.
yes.
And then this is where it cuts over to Axe.
Yep. Well, is it there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he tells him, "I'm coming in hot. Get everybody out of there." Right.
She's
and
in the process of fighting Gideon at the time.
Exactly. And then it comes back over to Bo-Katan, and they're fighting, and he catches her hand as it's coming down.
No. So he bumps her.
Oh, you're right.
Bumps her with
You're
the sword, his little staff thing, and she goes really close to the edge. She's laying down, and she gets up, and she looks like she's hurt and tired.
Yeah,
Okay?
I got
And
Bo starts to lose against Moff Gideon, and Gideon tells her to hand over the Darksaber, and he'll give her a warrior's death.
Right.
Now, this doesn't make sense to me because fighting and fucking combat is a warrior's death.
Right.
Yes.
What does he talk?
Yeah.
What does he mean?
Like Bo said in the previous episode, you know how Gideon was like, "Oh, well, you know, if you surrender, I'll let everyone live."
Which he wasn't going to let everyone live anyway.
No.
That actually makes sense, you know. But like, a warrior's death is dying in combat.
Well,
Yeah.
Why would she?
Maybe he
give
meant
him-
that she didn't get the Darksaber and he got the upper hand, that he was going to poke and prod her and make her suffer and just let her just bleed out instead of, getting it over quick and hurry.
Yes, I mean
That's what he meant.
A lot of warriors throughout time have always wanted a death where if they, like samurais,
Klingons,
samurais, if they were defeated by a superior foe, injured, whatever, it was a quick and easy. It wasn't.
They'd rather die by the blade and not by the suffering and the
Yes.
prolonged exposure to the injuries.
Hmm.
So If that's what he's meaning, I don't know.
Well, it's Gideon, so you can't. If he told you snow was white, you'd have to go double check and make sure it was white.
For me, it's gonna be yellow.
Oh, no, thank you, sir. No, thank you.
No, this makes Bo-Katan a little bit mad. She comes at him with all her anger, using the dark side of the Force, grabs him, or no, just kidding. She goes to swipe at him, and he catches it.
Well, I got down here. She came at him with a. She comes at him with a powerful volley of attacks, and after beating
Dark
his,
side.
I mean, he's basically on the defensive at this point, right? And he's just like, fuck, this dude. And then she gets tired because the darksaber's probably getting heavy. She's probably getting tired and ain't wielding it right. So he grabs her hand, and then that's when he crushes it. Sorry.
Mandalorians are weak once they lose their trinkets. She says proudly, Mandalorians are stronger together. Just then, Din shows up, shoots him in the face, but it doesn't kill him because he's got the helmet on. Now, Bo and Din fight against Gideon. Grogu throws his little staff thing off the side, and just by that time, I don't know. Grogu throws his staff off and puts a force shield up to save them. Oh, what? I skipped something.
Yeah. So it's after it's after Gideon's on the ground. You know, Bo and Din are. Remember, let's Din picked up both heavy blasters, and he's pulling a Jango Fett. He's dual wielding. He's probably got Moff Gideon on the defensive with those blasters. Bo-Katan's, doing what she does. He gets down on the ground. He reaches for his staff, and Grogu's like, "Nope, not today." Force wills it off of that. I think at that time,
Is that when that ship is coming down?
Yeah, Axe is starting to get a little closer and closer. Din's down.
He
Din's down
shoots a window
close.
out with a rocket and then flies out.
Yep.
Flies to safety.
And yeah, Din gets close to Grogu. He's trying to shield him. Bo-Katan slides in with her personal little shield, and here comes the cruiser. It hits the ground.
When let me just read it off here.
Grogu pulls a Kanan Jarrus but saves them instead of dies.
Hold on. So the ship spreads through the surface and knocks the people to the ground. The battle continues. Gideon gets the advantage on Djarin. Bo slides in with the shield to help deflect the shots. And Grogu apparently looks like he slides into to force push Gideon. I noticed that on the second playthrough. And Grogu slides in to force push Gideon down, and then force pushes his weapon off the ledge. Then Djarin comes up and back into offensive position and to blast Gideon to the ledge with the dual blasters, and then boom, the ship explodes. Grogu saves with the force shield.
Yeah, it explodes. Gideon is like, no, as he's engulfed in flames, and then so they're all shielding themselves, and all of a sudden Grogu's got his little, he's pulling up, as Clint said, Kanan Jarrus, but reversal, where he's all like, just
doing it with ease, and Kanan's like,
oh.
And
yeah.
What's crazy is that Grogu doesn't have really real training besides Luke Skywalker in 2 years.
I mean, he grew up in the temple learning stuff for like 50 years.
Right, but I mean, like Kanan Jarrus, he learned from what's that dude's name? The big rock creature on the planet.
Well, don't forget, he was also an apprentice during the Clone Wars.
Are you talking about the Bendu?
Yeah, Bendu guy. He learned from him.
Yeah.
He said, "Dude, you can't see, but you can see."
Yes,
and
you
so
can't see physically,
learned,
but you can see.
Right, he learned
the Force.
how to use the Force to see around him. But he's not as powerful as Grogu. and Grogu is significantly more aged.
They say that he's the real chosen one, so we don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? Hey, what if the chosen one wasn't the chosen one because he's a chosen one, but the chosen one to make the events happen to where Ladle and Yoda have a child.
What
Yaddle.
is it?
Yaddle.
Yaddle. It's Yaddle.
Laddle.
It's
Yaddle.
Yaddle.
Yaddle. Okay, the chick Grogu. Okay, the mama
The
and the
chick
daddy
Grogu.
got together in the room like, hey, I see Yoda, boo. You want to come to my place? And they're like, yeah, daddy. And so they meet up, and then they have little Grogu, and Grogu's really the chosen one to defend the galaxy from evil.
Well, you know how like everybody thinks that Yoda could actually see the future and he like knew the outcome
He
the whole
technically
time.
could.
Well, he was always
Some.
meditating and like that's all he did. And like
Right.
he always knew the outcome. He knew what was happening.
Well,
A lot of people say that he let it happen because he was letting the force do its like thing.
yeah.
But what if he knew that Anakin was being made by Palpatine, and then that's why him and Yaddle decided to make a baby and her with Grogu.
Oh, and then he knew that Anakin's son would train Grogu.
Did you know that Grogu and Anakin would have been the same age if Anakin didn't die?
Man, that's hot. Anyways, moving on.
Yep. So now we go back to where we see this baptism happen with the little orphan boy.
Ragnar.
Yeah.
Retaking the fucking creed.
Yeah. Sorry, because he got
He
messed
never-
up last time.
Yeah, he never got the water poured on his helmet. It
Yep.
was interrupted.
Look, he was in
So
the water,
now-
was he not?
But he has to be anointed. He was never anointed with the water.
Yeah. They didn't. It's like they, when you go to get a baptism and they dunk you.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
he
he got
didn't get dunked.
interrupted in the dunk. Like he was about to get dunked in that gator.
Okay, so he never
turtle creature.
officially bathed.
Yeah.
Right.
He never officially took the creed.
I heard that they're going to make him like it's supposed to be a huge like time jump for the next one. And they're going to make him like a big character.
Oh, daddy likes. That's
So
not a
then
fart.
Mando-
That's my chair. Just
Mando
a-
tells them that he wants to get Grogu baptized.
Yeah.
She says that we can't, that he cannot
Because-
speak the creed. And he goes, well, what if
His parents were to
no,
say yes.
well, he said, I am his mentor. What if I give permission? She said, you're not his parents, nor his guardian, or something like that.
Well,
So, go ahead.
hold on. So he says Grogu is my apprentice, and he is no longer a foundling. Add him to the song. Armor says he is too young to speak, so therefore he is too young to take the creed. And then this is my favorite part. Okay. He must remain a foundling, and then Din Djarin says, if his parent gave permission, couldn't he then become a Mandalorian apprentice? The armor says yes. This is the part right here. Yes,
To which-
but his
yes.
parents are far from here. How the fuck you know?
Or dead.
Yes.
If they are even alive, but how does
Yep.
she know they're far from there? Does she know where their home world is?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm just
Does
saying.
she know where the Yoda species lives? That's a good
That's
question.
Exactly.
what I'm saying, dude. Like,
I hope not, because George Lucas wanted to keep that like an entire mystery.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
But-
Because in any book you ever get about any character, it's always when you give Yoda, species unknown,
Mhm.
Yaddle unknown, Grogu unknown. So all three of them are categorized as Yoda's species.
so
Yep.
here's a question though. Okay, so if all three of them are the known existence of their species, and all three of them are force sensitive, then does that mean their entire species are force sensitive?
yes, they're supposed to be like, okay, you know how like Darth Maul's species, all of them are in tune with the Force as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But they are all on the dark side of the Force. Most of them use the dark side. Grogu's species is the light side. They all can use the Force, and they're all like use the light side of the Force. Okay, before all that happened too, if you go way back before like
That Jedi,
I can't-
Jedi, or
the
Jedi,
Jedi, yeah, something like that. But if you go all the way back then, the first people that were going around before, like that taught the Rakata how to use the Force before the Rakata decided to go and take over all the planets after learning it. They used the good side of the Force. I want to say like nobody really knows what species that was. I want to say that it's Yoda's species. So
Very good possibility.
yeah, I'm
Damn.
just making a guess.
Interesting. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first.
George Lucas, if you're listening, find out.
Yeah, let
Don't
us
find
know.
out. Just make it so. This is the way.
This is the way.
Yep, this is the way.
That's right, Clinton. You better say it. Sorry. Do you want to continue? I
You
got
can
it all
go
written
ahead.
down if you want.
Man, to go see Teva.
No, we're not
Captain
even
Teva?
done. We're still at the
Oh
part.
yeah.
Yes, but his parents must be far from here. Even if they're alive, he said, then I will adopt him as my own. Armor says, this
That's
is the
right.
way. Let it be written and sown that Din Djarin is accepting this foundling as his son. You are now Din Grogu.
Yeah, so we were being fucking lied to this whole time. His name's not Din, it's Jarwin.
Yeah. The D is silent.
Yeah,
Like,
to Jarwin.
but
Din
anyways,
to Jarwin. Okay.
so Mandalorian apprentice. And then they say this is the way. You must now leave Mandalore and take your apprentice on his journeys, just as your teacher did before you. This is the way. We see the mythosaur, so does Grogu. Grogu knows he's down and he can feel his force coming from him.
Yeah, it looked like he knew that he was down there, huh?
He was looking down
Yeah.
like, okay, I see you, dude. What's up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Well,
he could feel his presence.
And did you think
Yeah,
the mythosaur felt his presence?
I don't know.
to be honest with you, I don't really know because that's the first time because we only know about the mythosaur.
It's not the first time we've seen him.
Yes, those are the original inhabitants of Mandalore. So the fact that there's actually a living mythosaur on Mandalore.
But we see the mythosaur when then Jarwin goes down
Falls
into
100
the
feet
water.
down.
Yeah.
Falls.
And then
Yeah.
Bo-Katan goes down to save him. And on
Yes.
her way up, she sees the mythosaur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same one. But Mandalore used to be like luscious and full with green. All
It used to
around
be
it.
a forest planet. It
Yep,
used to
and
be
the mythosaur was indigenous, like he said.
Yes.
They're the things that roamed the planet before the
the
first
human
Mandalore.
species. Yes.
Well, actually, they weren't human. The first people to actually to go to Mandalore and conquer it was
You're right. It wasn't humans. It was
starts with a T.
oh
The
my lord.
Tongs. The Tongs Day.
Yes.
I remember looking that up. Remember during that one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, the Tongs. Yeah, those were the first people who go to Mandalore, and
That was during the
conquer it.
episode of Mandalorian where the Elia Kane was setting up Dr. Pershing.
Yeah,
And I'm like, Tongs
Sure.
Day, am I right?
yeah, Tongs Day.
Tom's Day.
We'll work on it.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
So then it goes to Mando, and he's going to see Teva.
Oh, you
Captain
forgot
Teva.
Bo-Katan lights the Great Forge.
Oh yeah, Bo-Katan
Oh,
likes
that's-
the Forge.
The armor don't
Yeah.
light it. Bo-Katan lights it. So
Yeah,
Bo-Katan
Bo-Katan.
apparently is their leader.
Yes.
And then they go, for Mandalore!
The Lord.
For Mandalore!
Mandalore.
For Mandalore! Sorry. And they're,
Now it goes.
yeah, now it goes to Mandalore.
Now it goes to Captain Teva, and they're sitting at that cantina that we see him at when we see Zeb. And I was hoping that we were going to get to see Zeb again, but we didn't.
Fuckers.
But we do get to see. Anybody know?
IG 11?
IG-11.
No,
head,
no.
But
No.
We get to see Dave Filoni sitting at the bar.
No
drinking.
way.
No way, dude!
I'm about to go back and look at that.
He's at the bar drinking, dude.
I'm gonna have to drop
Oh
that
my
in here.
lord.
He's like right by. He's on the left side, and he's like right behind somebody. He's got this little cowboy hat on and everything.
Of course he does. It's Dave freaking Filoni. Of course he's got that cowboy hat on.
Yeah, dude. So he's in there. he goes up to tell Teva that, I heard, or I'm a bounty hunter by trade. So do you have anything? I'm not going to be going on these dangerous missions anymore. Do you have anything that I can, cover on the
Well,
outer rim,
yeah.
since y'all don't go out on the outer rim? And he goes, I don't think
He
that
had
this is
to.
gonna.
He said he had to be more selective in his
Because
missions of
now that he
Grogu.
has
Yeah,
adopted Grogu, he's got to be, like Jay said,
yeah,
selective
selective.
of my
Yeah.
missions.
I love that part. I was like,
Selective.
Teva says that the Republic's never going to allow this, and he goes, "They
That's
will
why
if you
you're
don't
not going
tell
to tell
them."
him.
Yeah. They
Because
will if
that's
you
why
don't
you're not
tell
going to
them.
tell him.
Yeah, something like that. So that's pretty much it.
don't forget Navarro.
What happens on Navarro? Oh yeah,
Ah.
he says that you will always have a place here, Mando.
He says, "Look, I got you a plot of land.
I'm
Just be my fucking sheriff or my marshal for a while, and just fuck calm down." He's like, "Dude, I got one better for you.
Yeah.
Introducing IG-11, the
11.
Marshal. Howdy, folks. I'm your new marshal in
All right,
town.
Marshall. It's my pleasure to serve you. And
Oh, yeah, he
Everybody
takes the
pay me for
IG-11.
protection."
everything.
He takes the IG-11's head too. We forgot that part.
Yeah, from the cantina.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and we got to see Grogu eating again. He looked like he was starving. He was like, "Nom nom 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 nom."
Oh yeah, like on the bar. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's right before he looks up and he's like, that's not him, kid.
That's
Yeah.
where I was saying that he spoke his first word. It sounded jumbled up, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's at. He goes, "Go go go go."
That's called babbling.
No, I didn't say babble, dude. I'm going to put it in here as well.
Well, now Mando gets to go and sit on his nice little bitty plot of land on the front while Grogu tortures frogs.
Yes.
Dark side.
Dark side little eater. Frog eater.
Well, he's torturing it. I mean, he wasn't eating it. He's just making it float in the air. Looked like he was stretching
Drops,
it.
he's
Kind
like,
of.
huh.
So, least favorite parts.
Man, I don't have any, dude. Actually, I do.
I said a lot of them.
I do have some bad parts in it. Shoot. Can we go through this episode again so I can find it?
Well, I'll tell you a couple of mine.
All right, go for it.
I didn't like the fact that the TIE interceptors, or how like it was just convenient how they just made it right before they got up there. And then also, they how did R5 get there? That was probably yours.
Yeah.
How the fuck did R5 get
Yeah,
there?
I'll take that one.
Mm-hmm. Then I don't also like how the fuck did Grogu get to Mando?
Yeah.
Remember how like they all got trapped and they all went
And
one
he
way?
left with the group.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Grogu found his way all the way to Mando, not knowing I don't know.
Now
weird.
during our live reaction video, I actually said that maybe he used the Force to know where Mando was to make his way to the path. I mean, he's Force sensitive, so it's not
That
in the
is
realm
true.
of impossibilities. And he's
It was kind
understanding.
of quick though.
And he's understanding people talking to him. He just can't talk back.
Yeah.
So maybe
Maybe.
that's what happened.
That was one of my least favorite parts right there for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Marshall?
What was that one that we were talking about that you had like you were stretching for the truth? I don't remember which one it was, but that was a pretty bad part too. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You all right there, Jay? Looks like he broke you.
Yeah, he did break me. I'm like, fuck, what was that part?
Thinking about it.
No, what?
The fucking no keys. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I got a bunch of stuff.
No,
Oh,
you're good,
you're talking about the Bacta tanks
Yeah, there's that, and then
or the
there's more.
stasis
But
pods or cloning pods.
I'm just gonna be quiet. I had a lot of stuff that was wrong.
No, you're good.
I loved the episode. Don't get me wrong,
Loved
but there was a lot of stuff I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there wasn't really any for me. There wasn't like I love the episode. There wasn't any bad things. There was just things like why is that there? Why is that here? Why is this happening? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything bad. It was just more like a you could have done better.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the back, like in
You
case
could
in
have
point,
filled in the blanks a little better.
the back of the tanks. That's your pride and joy. Why on God's earth or whatever do you not have anybody guarding those clones of yours? I don't.
Yeah, or at least have like
at
a
least one
fail-safe.
person. Yeah, a fail safe. Like,
And-
oh, there's someone inside. Lockdown.
Why was the command center so guarded, and not the back to tanks? But maybe the back to tanks are behind the command center. Maybe
It was. He did the hallway scene and then he got there. Like, I don't know how far he had to travel.
Right.
But the fact that it didn't take a key or a password or nobody was standing in there waiting for him or nothing. It's just like he just walks up, hits a few buttons, and the whole thing explodes.
And now that we're talking about it, why are you going to allow just any access point on an Imperial base to control everything? R5 was probably, we don't know where, but R5 is, let's just say, let's just go to the R2D2 and the Death Star with the trash compactor. Like they're right down there in the bottom, and R2's like way up there. Why are you gonna have that thing control everything?
But that's in every
Like,
every show, every movie. That's their main thing.
If you are cloning yourself with a possibility to be force sensitive, why are you gonna have one control port control everything?
Yeah.
like that should be like, okay, let's not make this part of the circuit. Let's make it a completely different circuit.
Yep. To your point, James. That's how all Star Wars has been. Right. You would think that the bad guys would have learned by now.
How do we keep doing this? Well, look, Rogue One was the only show, movie, anything that had everything collected at one spot that was almost impossible to get into. Okay.
That's true.
I mean, but I mean, everything after that is like a shit show. It's like, hey, security, you need security. We're going, we don't need security. It's great, Scott. Don't touch this button. This button will shut down everything. And if it shuts down everything, the people will lose their minds.
So that episode, that was the same button that he was like, if this shuts down, everyone goes back to losing their minds, and then like he threatens to push the same button, it'll deactivate all the droids, and they'll go back to their
Base
war
functions.
settings.
Their original functions.
You
was like,
bitch.
I was like,
all right, favorite parts.
Favorite parts. Probably Grogu's ability to force push Gideon and then save everybody using the force shield.
That's a pretty good part.
That's a solid one.
And the fact that the Mandos got off the capital ship and flew into the gauntlets in mid-flight, that was pretty badass. I like that show too. That part.
What about you?
Let's see. Just actually the Bo igniting her Darksaber, that whole midair fight, that was a good one for me.
That's what I got, but it's with the armor. I just love the fact that she was using her tools.
That was just in there with me because she was all like, she's just going to use anything she had. She's whack him with a hammer, bam, bam, bam. The hallway scene with Din, that was another good one for me.
True.
Like we were saying originally, it's like every Star Wars has a hallway scene that it makes it into our favorite. So, you know.
Right. I agree, because that was a really good part.
Yeah, and then not having any weapons whatsoever. He didn't have his whistling birds. He didn't have his flamethrower. He didn't have his backpack.
Everybody keeps mentioning these whistling birds. First, he used them, like right after he got them.
He used them twice. And in the season 1 and season 2.
Yeah, so I feel like he's out of whistling birds. Now, this is also another thing that annoys the shit out of me. The armor, this is why I thought she was a spy. The armor took his spear because they could kill Mandalorians. Like it was weapon used to. But she made whistling birds that are made from fucking Beskar that can pierce
Best car armor.
Mandalorian, yeah, so it can kill Mandalorians. What the fuck?
I 100% forgot that, Clint. I appreciate you bringing that up. Now I'm gonna be like anything Beskar and be like, so you won't have anything that kills because of Beskar, but you're gonna use it. You're gonna use Beskar to make something that kills us. I don't
Yeah,
get that.
I don't know. It's weird.
I don't understand your logic here. Please explain it.
Now think about this for just a second. I'm so sorry to keep going, but what if he had like everybody had all the Mandalorians had like 20 whistling birds, right?
Oh,
And then
I
they're
can
like
see
just
where you're
locked on
going with
all
this.
the dudes that's flying mid. They're like, fuck these guys, and they're like, man,
Oh yeah,
that would have
that would have
been,
been awesome.
you know, like those memes that says, it's okay, Padme. Everything is fine. She's like, everything's fine. And she lives.
Yeah.
And dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
shit.
dun. Sorry. I know I'm tone deaf, but that's okay.
We love you anyways.
Thank you. But yeah, man, that would have been pretty cool to have.
Right. Rating?
What's you got ratings for us, Marshall?
Out of 10, I'd
Out of
probably
10.
give it a. I'd probably give it a 10, to be honest. Even with the bad parts.
I didn't
give
go
it-
that.
I got an 8.
I went a 9.3. I got it written down right here.
Yeah, I gave it an 8.
Right on top.
All together.
whole
this is
season?
since this is the final episode in the season, what do you rate the season?
You know, the storyline was very cohesive. It stuck. Every episode led into another episode, and it progressed the story, you know, at a reasonable rate. I would give the whole season an 8.7. 8.7.
I'd probably agree with you on that one, Jay.
No.
Maybe, yeah.
Come on, give me something different. Like at least an 8.6, 8.8. I mean,
I gave you something different. I'm getting a 6.3.
what the fuck?
What?
Why?
Okay, I have to ask, why would you give it a 6? A 6? Just for my
If I was to
brain.
add all my scores up together throughout the season,
Oh, see, I haven't been writing mine down.
it would probably be around 6 something. So I got to do the average.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're being the math guy. Okay. That's why that's why I'm not liking that. I don't like math.
You know,
I don't like numbers.
If it makes sense and it's logical, I'll take it. Thank you, Clinton.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm getting at.
You know, if I go off of that,
Yeah, I
yeah,
liked
mine
it.
would be
Like,
like
I
a
can't-
7.4, 7.5.
I can't
7.6.
wait for the next season, which is going to be
Epic.
Who the fuck knows when.
It's gonna be.
But
epic.
Ahsoka comes out in August, and if I could do anything but like try to keep from creaming my pants, I will.
I mean, it is kind of. I mean, it's Ahsoka, so I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard, especially with everything, like the behind the scenes, the mural from the Rebels. They got that.
Yeah.
They had that in the behind the scenes, and I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's get it.
Are you talking about the
Harrison-
trailer?
I think, yeah, probably. I don't know.
I wasn't paying
I-
much attention.
He said he was watching behind the scenes stuff of
Oh,
Rebels.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I like behind the scenes stuff like that.
Yeah, the
one of
Rebels episode where Ezra goes into the space time plane, and he pulls
World
Ahso-
Between Worlds.
Yeah, World Between Worlds. Thank you, Clinton. He goes in there and pulls out Ahsoka from fighting Darth Vader.
There.
Just imagine if Darth Vader could have got through there too.
Oh,
Like, dude, that would have been a
the
different
entire-
story,
yeah.
dude. Different story.
That would have been crazy. Have
He
you
probably
listened to mine and James's theory on what's going on in Ahsoka?
I have not. I've had a lot of personal issues come up, and it's kind of stopped me from listening to what I want to listen to because
Okay.
personal
Well,
issues.
pretty much those guys that are like you've seen the
orange
trailer,
sabers.
right?
Yes, the orange
Right.
lightsaber
Well,
wielders.
we looked it up, and apparently the orange saber means that you have a lot of hope, very strong in the Force, and something else. What was
Courageous.
it? Yeah, courageous. Now everybody else thinks that they're dark Jedi. Now me and him think that they might be people that watch over the world between worlds, and since
Ca-
they knew
Space
somebody
timekeepers.
is in there, they're actually because Ahsoka's supposed to be dead,
Yes.
and they're chasing Ahsoka.
Yeah, I remember
Ooh.
hearing that on the your trailer react for Ahsoka, the
Wait.
Ahsoka
Oh,
trailer.
okay, yeah, that's what I was asking about.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I thought you meant something completely different. I was like, it's like it sounds like he's
Wait.
trying to talk about the.
When was Ahsoka supposed to be dead?
She was
Well,
she was supposed to die against Darth Vader whenever that thing
dead.
was exploding.
The Sith temple, right?
Yeah,
Am
the
I?
Sith Temple.
Yeah,
Ezra pulled her out
Right.
to save her life.
yeah, because it was yeah, because he goes back to that specific time in
Right.
that
Right. I know
episode of
that.
that
But I
season.
thought she went back in there.
No, she stayed in the world between worlds when he left. She was trapped in there. So we're gonna find out how she got out.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I thought you knew this.
No, remember I said maybe there's timekeepers are coming after her because she rescued Ezra and in turn rescued Thrawn. Maybe that's
No.
why how Thrawn makes his return.
Oh,
Maybe
well,
Ahsoka's trying to thwart the time police.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But we don't know for sure. They
Oh,
did say
maybe
they did
she had
say
to
that
have
George Lucas-
Ezra to
Oh, not
get
George
out of
Lucas.
the murals in the wall.
I don't know. We're not going to do this right now.
Yeah.
All right, James, take us out of here.
Well, first of all, thank you, Marshall, for joining us today. It's been a
Anytime.
pleasure and it's been fun. Check us out on Facebook, Discord, Spotify, and anything and everything nerd style. We talk about anything and everything nerd style. Facebook is mainly polls and memes and questions, and just whatever your nerd heart can handle. Just throw it on and join it. Let us have some fun. And you can have some fun, and everybody has some fun. And then check out our gameplay videos. Clint's got The Force Awakens. No, sorry, Jesus. He has The Fallen Order. I have 007, not completed yet. I might work on it tomorrow, maybe. And then, just check that stuff out. Also, check us out on Facebook. We both have content now on Facebook Reels. Clinton Ritchie, James Orr. Check that out. That's fun.
Hey, I got a bunch of Fortnite stuff I'm also going to be uploading. Dude, you should see this one game that I played. It's really good.
Did you ever make your reel for the guy leaving? You were showing all your stuff.
No, I haven't.
You need to do that.
I will, but first I want to make my YouTube video.
All right.
And then that's going to be in there, and then I'll just go and take a little clip out of it. And
I might steal that, just that part, because I've seen most of it. I've seen you doing all your different things, and then him vanishing. So I might steal that and then put it in my reel, just that alone. And
I'll let you take it. I don't give a shit.
I'll
That's
shoot
fucking
you.
funny.
I'll tag you in the reel. That way you get.
Dude, I got
recognition.
like so much good stuff. I can't wait to post it.
Yeah.
Man. So,
But yeah. Also, Marshall, we do YouTube. Godly, we do Minecraft. We do
Okay.
Minecraft. So if you want to jump in our server, I know you're using your laptop, so check that out.
or can you come play Fortnite with me?
Or we could play Fortnite.
I'm not a big Fortnite person.
No
Zero
build.
builds.
No build.
It's a me personal thing. I don't do Fortnite.
Okay, all right, no problem.
I don't knock it, but that's just a me personal thing.
But yeah,
I understand. A lot of people didn't like it because of the building aspect, but no build.
That
now.
was I played the no build and I played the build, and this is not my
You're
forte.
good. You're good. Go ahead, James.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah. I think that's it. See you later, everybody. Get the fuck out of here.
Peace. Say something.
Bye. May the force be with you always.
There you go.
Yeah, that was sweet.